I want to talk to you guys about something a little different today. I want to talk to you guys about negative liberties. Guys, we are living in an authoritarian state. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to talk to you about the raid at Mar-a-Lago a little bit. This is a story that should never get old to you. It should never grow old, because if they can harass the DOJ, the Biden White House, and we'll talk about that because we now know that the Biden White House sicked the DOJ on former President Trump. And I want to talk to you about that because you should be very afraid. You should be very concerned about this. I don't know why people don't get it. I don't know why people try to make this a Trump thing or a Republican versus Democrat thing. It's not. This is about your liberty. This is about your freedom. And if they can do it to one of the most powerful men in the country, they can certainly bully you. And they can make your life a living hell. And that's what they intend to do. With 87,000 new IRS agents that they'll be hiring, they're going to torment and torture the middle class. We're living in scary times. So one of the things that I want to do is talk to you about negative rights versus positive rights. Now, negative rights are rights that are constitutionally guaranteed to us. And I'm going to talk to you about a column. I saw this yesterday. This was in the tip sheet yesterday. Some fancy Ivy League professors were talking about how we need to get rid of the Constitution. It's old, it's outdated, and all of this nonsense. And their arguments are complete and utter nonsense. But I want to talk about this because it's really important that you understand how blessed you are to be an American. Honestly, there's not a day that goes by where I don't sit and think, God, man, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to be an American. And where I'm not motivated to fight like hell to keep America, the America that it is. It's absolutely astonishing to me that people would want to tear it down, but these people do exist, and we've got to fight against them. We've got to fight against them with everything we have. Everything we have. So negative rights essentially are constitutionally guaranteed rights. In other words, they say what these people cannot do to you, what the government cannot do to you. We'll just share a couple of examples here. The right to free speech is the right not to have others suppress your speech, whether it's big tech, whether it's the mainstream media, whether it's the Biden administration. These people don't have the right to suppress your speech. This is a negative right, meaning this is something that the government cannot do to you. And guys, I'm going to ask you to, if you're not familiar with the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, it isn't antiquated. It deals with human nature. And again, I'll get into this column shortly, but familiarize yourself with the Bill of Rights. Familiarize yourself to the best of your ability. I have to go back all the time. Listen, I'm not a brainiac. I got to read incessantly just to remember some of this stuff. But I go back, and I know our rights are given to us by God, not by government. And what we see with the left, what we see with this authoritarian state that they're trying to build, and they're intimidating us, using Trump as this target that we can all see. We can see it play out plain as day. They're trying to intimidate every single one of us. And it's important that we understand what makes America so great. And what makes America so great is the Bill of Rights. Or one of the things, our Judeo-Christian value system. It's absolutely astonishing. The right to bear arms is so that others may not take your arms. These, again, are negative rights. These are things that government cannot do to you. And when government can do these things to you, you have no rights. They control everything. And it's so important, it's so crucial that we understand this. It's so crucial that we get this. The right not to have the government post soldiers in your home. Sounds antiquated, but it's crucial. The right not to have your house searched. Can you say Mar-a-Lago? Oh, well, Carl, he's a public figure. He was former president of the United States. Well, the president has sole authority to classify or declassify papers, documents, memos, the sole authority. This is nothing more than a bullying exercise. And I'm fearful if they can do this to him, how much more can they do to us? These Harvard and a Yale professor, I saw this yesterday in the tip sheet, and I was like, my God, I've got to talk about this. New York Times essay claims broken constitution, quote unquote, stands in the way of real democracy, quote. So the left claims that the Constitution is outdated. It's too simplistic. It's not up to date for modern America. It's racist. It's bigoted. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's funny to me. It's funny to me how the left doesn't think socialism is old and outdated. Socialism, which is so predictable. Socialism is you work. The government tells you you work. Uncle Sam says you go to work. And guess what? At the end of the day, I'm going to take from what's yours. I'm going to go into your pocketbook. I'm going to empty out your wallet and I'm going to take what's mine. And I sit there and I think, whoa, wait a minute, Uncle Sam. You didn't do anything to earn this money. But Uncle Sam thinks that you owe him your hard-earned money. I don't understand why people fall for this. And then the left will redistribute the wealth. It used to be the poor people, but everything is turned on its head. It's amazing to me how the Biden administration and the left as they exist today, the Democrat Party, I believe they're synonymous. I believe they're the same thing virtually. It's amazing to me how now what the left is doing is literally stealing from the working class, stealing from poor Americans, if you will, in order to give to their rich elite friends. This is what happened with the Inflation Reduction Act. I'm going to talk to you in a second hour. By the way, Julie Kelly is also going to join us at the top of the second hour because we're going to be talking about the latest when it comes to this Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping trial. Another two guys punished for nothing, in my opinion. The FBI is going after people, a rogue FBI going after American citizens, making their lives a living hell. That's exactly what's happening. And this is what we're enduring. But guys, never forget the power of the Constitution, the power of negative rights. Let's talk to you quickly about positive rights. You know what positive rights are. Positive rights are things that are entitled, essentially. The government says, or Barack Obama used to say, he used to talk about health care. And he talked about this stuff, and he was open and blatant about it. Barack Obama, in my opinion, doesn't get enough credit for destroying America. The guy has done a fantastic job. All that the Biden administration is doing, with the help of old cronies from the Obama administration, is building on the foundation that Obama set. But Obama literally sat down and gave an interview talking about negative rights, talking about positive rights. For instance, healthcare is a positive right. People on the left believe that we're entitled to healthcare. I'm going to talk to you about why this is not only stupid, it's absolutely disastrous.